You came here to be you and live out your wildest dreams. When I was a little girl, I remember I always had this vision in my head. And in this vision, I was like the president of the United States. I had like a suit on, and I was at a podium speaking to a large crowd, and I was like passionately just being like, we all need to just be there for one another and stick together, and we just need to have peace, right? It's like I would see all the pain and the chaos, and I would, see glimpses of the news, and I would hear sad stories about things happening, and I couldn't wrap my head around why we were all at war with each other. And I couldn't wrap my head around like why there was so much violence and why there's so much pain. I was like, why can't we all just get along? In my mind, in my child mind, it seemed so simple. It seemed so illogical for things to be the way that they were and the way that they are. And I remember I've always wanted to be a singer when I was a little girl. That was my dream. Still is my dream. At a very young age, I was told, "Oh, well, it's 1 in a million, It's very unrealistic. It's unrealistic. It's just a dream." When I was told that, it was told to me by somebody that I really respect and admire, and I value their opinion. And so I took that and I ran away from my passion. I ran away from my art. I ran away from my dream. I was told that it was unachievable. And that's not necessarily what I was told. I was just told that it's hard. And I immediately associated that like, okay, well, then it's impossible. Why am I trying? Why am I even pouring into this? Why am I doing this if this is not something that could be a reality for me? And ever since I was a little girl, like I wanted to help the world in any way I could, right? And I didn't know what that looked like exactly. I think, I'd have those little visions of me speaking and using my voice to make an impact, but it never seemed like something that was possible for me, right? Like I could see it, but then I would be told by society that, well, this is just how things are, and it's unrealistic to think that things can be better. All these narratives that we've been convinced are the truth, but don't have to be the truth. We can create a better world. But I think it starts with like believing in yourself and knowing that like you have a lot of power, more power than we give ourselves, and we underestimate the impact that we can make. I really trust that like all of us living in our dreams and our passion, accepting who you are and accepting all of you and everything that comes with that, the dreams, the the fears of those dreams. When we get in tune with ourselves, we can help the world. When we're living in our truth and we are honoring our soul's purpose and who we are, we really do make a difference, because you being you inspires somebody else and can inspire them to be more them. So I say all this to say, I feel like a lot of us know what we want in this life. And I think it's just that part of like getting over what we've been conditioned to believe about our dreams and about ourselves, having to unlearn a lot of things that we've been taught, and having to recondition ourselves to be like, wait a second, I write my script. You really do have the power to make this life whatever you want it to be. Like, it's exciting. It's kind of scary because that's a lot of power, it feels like a lot of responsibility, and it is, but it is an honor and it's our duty. You came here to be you and live out your wildest dreams. Why not? My thing is this. And I don't like to say life is hard. I don't like saying that because life just is. Okay? And I don't like to say you have to work hard to get. I don't like that, honestly, because I just think that when we're living in our truth, it all just works out. But people will make the argument, they'll say take the safe route because it guarantees stability and it guarantees security, but you have to work your ass off, right, to take that route. But then it's like, okay, but you have to work your ass off to live your dream. So it's like either way you have to work your ass off. Either way you have to put the work in. Either way we got to do something. So it's like, okay, are you going to spend your life doing something that you know doesn't fulfill you? Abandon like what you think you have to do. You don't have to betray what you really want We've convinced ourselves that it's only one way, and it's not only one way. It's whatever way you want to make it. And as intimidating as it really can feel, you have the power to decide your destiny. But you have to believe in yourself. Even if you don't believe in yourself, you can say right now, I choose to believe in myself. And even if you don't really think that, when you continue to say that, I believe in myself, I trust myself, I've got this, I'm going to figure this out. I might be a little confused right now, but I believe in myself and I trust my process. I trust that my path, that intuition, that knowing that you've always had, it's there for a reason. When we hone in on that, life will get easier because you're living in your truth. So yes, it takes courage, it takes bravery, it takes unlearning and reconditioning yourself to know that you actually have the power. You deserve to live the beautiful life that fulfills you. You deserve to live a life where you honor your soul. When we honor our souls, we honor each other as well, and we honor the collective, and we heal because we are living in our truth. So anyways, I'm going to stop for now, but I'm feeling excited. Go live out your wildest dream. You know what you need to do. And it's not as hard as you're making it in your head. I promise you. It's going to be hard if you go and do something that you don't like anyway. So why not do something that really fuels you, right? Something that feels right to you. So anyways, go do you. You've got this. I'm so proud of you. You're going to get it. You're going to figure it out. Give yourself time and patience. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye.